When Mexico agreed to curb the flow of migrants from Central America, it did more than avert more US tariffs. It preserved its new status as Washington's top trading partner. In the first 5 months of this year, Mexico took the #1 spot away from China. This new economic reality left Washington's southern neighbour few options, at least in the short term. Mexico's economy is sensitive to what's happening up north, the peso at times taking noticeable dives in reaction to a Donald Trump tweet. And while the US president backed down from imposing blanket tariffs on all Mexican goods, the threat was enough to compel Mexico City to deploy more than 20,000 troops to curtail Central American migration.
Well, it depends on the...
Economist Luis de la Calle says Mexico could emerge a big winner from the China-US trade war.
I think these trade frictions between China and the US might, in the end, help Mexico and China see each other differently.
The frictions have already shifted north-south commerce in Mexico's favour. From January to May, the volume of trade between the US and Mexico climbed to nearly $258 billion, from almost $249 billion in the same period last year, an increase of $9 billion. A new COMEXI report says the China-US impasse could also boost trade between China and Mexico.
Well, I mean, the trade frictions between China and the US will result in diversion of trade flows. So there's a question as to which countries might benefit from it. The truth of the matter is that Mexico will receive some of those benefits because Mexico is a good diversification for Chinese risk.
If the conflict escalates, China could impose retaliatory tariffs on US agricultural exports. Mexico could provide an alternate source of meat and produce.
Well, we can export agricultural products to the Chinese market. I mean, China needs significant amounts of food, so it's a large importer, particularly on terms of meats. And Mexico is a good provider of those. We have the ability also to import grains from the US and transform them into animal protein and then sell it into China. So it's a North American export going through Mexico functioning as an export platform.
Do you have that timber?
But that's a best-case scenario for Mexico. Market analyst Juan Carlos Minero says the potential gains may never materialize if Beijing and Washington settle their differences.
If they do reach an agreement, Mexico will be out of the table. We haven't seen a lot of China-Mexico relationship going from Mexico to from China, but we have seen a lot of companies from China coming here in Mexico, trying to fight the US tariffs.
So there's no telling what will happen. As the world has witnessed, all it takes is just one Donald Trump tweet to disrupt global markets. Alasdair, Baverstock, CGTN, Mexico City.